people that are your ideal clients in your group, it is a great thing. Okay. And because what that is doing, I'm just going to check to make sure that I'm streaming to the correct group. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's a great thing. It's actually, while you were at the wedding, you were making money. You were, even though it didn't turn into money yet, but it's actually a money-making activity that is going to be getting you results in your business. So great job on that. Where did you find the people?
At the wedding, just friends of friends or friends of family, and the daughter of my sister-in-law's cousin, so their daughter. Yes.
That is fantastic. That is, so you're bringing offline to online. That's really good.
Working on it. Yes.
That's really good. That's really good. All right. So now give me a feedback. Give me what did we do last week? So let's talk about your action takers. I want to know, your action takers. I'm gonna see if I can
I'm just looking at my notes here. Yeah. Like I said, I kind of left my brain on the beach. So action takers are the ones who've like tried or are in the change cycle of actually wanting to make change and ready to move forward into the change. So being present, learning to be courageous and confident is what I have written down, and taking back control, the freedom and clarity into the freedom and clarity of their lives and their stuff and their clutter.
Okay. Okay. So we're not. So last week there was something that we did. Remember in your audience deck, we try to see where your people are, the people that you're going to 4 stages of people we decided on last week. Do you have it written down? Can you tell me the names?
We have drifters at the bottom,
okay.
Beginners, catalyst, and the next Oprah.
Okay, catalyst. Okay, very good. Next Oprah. Okay. So now tell me something about the drifters.
The drifters are not sure what the problem really is. Okay. They're busy. They're still busy blaming outside forces as opposed to looking inside for change. And they're looking for quick fixes, something that's just going to fix it for them instead of understanding that comes within as well.
So if you meet me and I'm a drifter, what are you going to tell me? How are you going to tell me I'm a drifter?
I'm going to tell you you're a drifter?
Yes.
I would probably do that often we look outside ourselves for quick fixes. And if there was a quick fix, I certainly would have used that myself. However, it really is all about looking inside and facing the issues, the clutter head on, and looking inside yourself of what comes up emotionally, physically, maybe what got you here in the first place.
Okay, so you're already giving me the solution. Let's not give me the solution. Say it again and call my name. Say Olu.
Olu. We look for those quick fixes.
Don't do we.
Okay.
Okay.
Me, you are. I can see that you're looking for a quick fix.
Very good. Okay.
Unfortunately, there's no such thing. There's no pill that you can take to fix this.
Okay. Now, okay. Very good. Now, I love that. I really love that. I love the way you switched from the we and often we, and then you're like, I know you're looking for I love that. Okay. But I want you to put something before that. Okay. Something before that. Okay. Because when you come to me and you say you're looking for a quick fix, I may not be at that place that I'm able to accept that. Is there something that you can tell me or ask me that would help me to know that I'm actually looking for a quick fix?
In a perfect world, what would you want your life to look like?
Very good. Okay. Okay. So let's say, what should I say? I'd like everything to be in order. Is that the question? Like, what is it that they're looking for?
Well, usually when someone comes to me, they key in on the professional organizer piece. So they're looking for, I just wish it was just, I could just get it all under control.
Okay. Okay.
And then, so I would say, well, what's stopping you from getting it under control?
Very good. Okay. And then I'll say, it's my children, and my husband, they put everything everywhere. Like, how do I, I want to keep it clean, but it's not working.
What would, in like a perfect world, what would you envision it to look like?
That everything is beautiful and clean, exactly the way I live it.
And how would you be in that scenario? Who would you be in that scenario?
Who will I be? I will be happy all the time.
Happy all the time. And what's stopping you from being happy right now?
Because they just mess up everywhere. And the whole house is upside down, something like that.
So what?
I hope is this typical of the people that you, okay.
Yeah, we go in the loop of like, well, they keep doing this, I keep trying. So what have you tried to do in the past to get it orderly and neat and tidy?
Okay, very good. I love where you got it to. Okay, and the question now is, before I'm going to answer that, I want to know, what is it that you want the drifters to do to become beginners?
I want them to acknowledge that they need to ask for what it is they want. So they want an orderly thing, but if you're not having a conversation with your family and you're blaming them for all of this stuff, I want them to kind of start to see that they have a piece in this too, like to move to the beginner stage of noticing that it's up to them.
Okay. Okay.
So,
I see.
I don't know if I'm doing this right or not, but basically to come from that drifter stage, you really have to start to recognize that you need to let people know what it is you want.
Okay.
Right. So you can't just guess. You can't have your family guessing that this is what I want. If you've never actually said it to them, then they're not going to know. Okay.
So part of the process that you do with them is it giving them, what would be a tool that you will give them to be able to communicate with their clients? I mean, with their clients, with their children, family.
Basically, I suggest that sitting down as a family and having a conversation about what is important to you, not blaming, not accusing, but just saying, this is why it's important to me to have it. I'm struggling with this. And I believe if it's like this, if you guys were to help me out, I think that it would help me here. And then, making sure that you put your expectations out there, but also listening to their side, their expectations, their reality, why it may be not important to them, as important to them. And then a negotiation piece, right? There's a negotiation, because families are crazy. Right?
I was laughing. I was laughing because I remember the first, when my kids were little, we had this small apartment that we were living in that time, and we only had 2 rooms. And many times we would have guests, and my husband and I would actually move to the living room and would leave our room for the guests, and then the children kept their room, and so in the kids' room, there was even a time that my sister-in-law came to live with us in the house. So it was the living room was actually a room, you know. So during the day, it was the living room, and then at night, you know, you know. So, so actually, there was a time I bought this organizer, like a shelf thing for my children, and I took out this stickers and everything, and I labeled everything. The trains will go in here, the Legos will go in here, you know, and I labeled everything. And I was like, oh, good, socks and pens and this, everything was organized. At the time, my big son, like, is 15 now, he got to the room and he was like, no, mommy, why did you do that? I was like, what? He was like, I can't see all my toys. You've put everything away. I can't see them. I couldn't believe what he was saying. Like, to me, it's now organized and everything is neat. For him, I can't see my things. And yeah, it's like you've taken them away from him. You know, so when you said that, I was just like,
exactly. And that's exactly what it is I'm trying to impart to someone who's in the drifter stage, is like, when you do that,
yeah,
it works in your mind, but it may not work in someone else's mind. So sitting down and having a conversation, this is what I want to do, involving getting their feedback and doing it a negotiation, because perhaps he does need to see all of his toys. So maybe it might have been just clear bins with labels. Getting them involved. So that's kind of, that's that transition of like, because often that's what they've done, right? They're like, okay, we're doing this way. Only those people just went, okay, yeah, and they left the house, and then you end up doing it. Also, the resentment and all of that stuff that can come up from it. So it's about that conversation piece, and also taking responsibility for yourself too, right? Like, okay, yeah, maybe I went in and I labeled everything. Maybe that wasn't the right move for their personality. It doesn't quite fit how they want, right? So
yeah, that I get it. Okay, so now tell me again the two things that the drifters that identifies the drifters.
They're not really sure what exactly the problem is, why it's not working, and they're blaming outside forces for what's going on.
Awesome. So now every time you're doing your content, you know who the drifters are, and when you're communicating, you know, you communicate that. Okay, you communicate, let people know where they are in your plan. Okay, because what happens is, if people, when you give another content, another video, it just another random video that would just okay, I need to do that. Actually, I was in a church conversation with someone yesterday, and she said to me, you know, I needed her to take the next step of, you know, the thing that I needed her to do. And I was asking her, do you think you're ready for this? And she was like, oh, but I need to still watch this other video and then watch this other video, and then, you know, I'm like, okay. Okay, you know, but what's going on in her mind and in most people's minds is, there's all of these things that I need to watch before I take action.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you have to be able to communicate with them that there are just 3 stages, 4 actually. The first one is the drifters. We want to quickly move you away from being a drifter. We want you to get on the game and be a beginner. Okay, and actually, and you're starting right, not starting frustrated. Okay, so what your content is producing for them, okay, is moving them from that overwhelm and the frustration that they're getting with their family or whoever is involved, and you're moving them to a place of clarity. Don't worry. Okay, I'm going to show you how to be able to communicate, how to be able to get results from your, okay, so that you can start right. Okay, so now let's see. So we have, and now the other thing I was going to ask you is lead magnets. Okay, what's your lead magnet?
Right now, I only have the one getting started PDF that I have.
Okay. So and what does it do?
It's basically just basic, quick, how do you start? Like, how do you get started? So, for example, pick a small area, set a timer,
Okay.
how to sort, how to purge,
Okay.
a little
Okay.
bit of that.
Okay.
That's all that's-
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So there's something missing, and there's something before that they need. Okay. So we need your lead magnet. Think of your lead magnet as a thing that obviously you can use lead magnets at every stage of your, on your stack, on your audience stack, but the drifters need a lead magnet that is going to move them from drifting to beginning. Okay. From confusion, from frustration to I'm ready. Okay. And when you were talking, I was trying to write down some things, and you said something like no blaming. They have to be listening. They can, it's all about negotiation. They have to get the people involved. They have to get rid of the resentment. Now, so what we're going to do with all these words is now, what are some things that I need to ask? Okay, just the same way you can even just do a recap, rewatch this video, and the questions that you asked me, those questions, turn it into a lead magnet.
Okay.
Okay, and it doesn't have to be something fancy. It's just a PDF or a form or anything. Okay. Remember the.
So doing something with, like, what have you tried in the past?
Exactly.
In a perfect world, what do you want it to be like?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. But now do it as if you're talking to me directly. Okay. It's still the same thing, but just go, and then now, because it's a lead magnet, different people are going to be taking it, right? So you say, at this point, you're doing this, and this is for you. If you've done, what was the problem that I had? It was the problem of I'm frustrated because my family is not keeping the house neat. Okay. But you're not telling me I'm blaming, but in that statement right there, I'm blaming my family. Okay. But you're not going to say, are you blaming your family? That no, nobody wants to hear that. Are your children, frustrating you because, okay. So, and they're like, yes. How did you know? Okay. So, and obviously, if you're going to do videos also, in your videos, you do a video that attracts just that. Did you clean up and then your children messed it up? Okay. And then you do a video and you show them a few 3 steps or whatever that you want them to do. Okay. So that's your drifters to your beginners. Next, we're going to look at your beginners. Let's see, how do we identify your beginners?
Beginners, they've tried things already, found and paid for some stuff. Okay. They're still not really sure how to get started. They're looking for support, and they're ready to take some action about how to make change.
Very good. The next level?
The catalyst. They're present in the moment. They're learning. They want to learn more about being courageous and confident. They're taking back control over their clutter, emotionally and physically, and they're finding more freedom and clarity.
Awesome. And those, and those are the people that you helped, right? You already helped them.
That I would be helping. Yeah.
No. So the way we have to look at it is there are 4 stages. Your drifters are the people that are not ready to take action because they're blaming and they don't know what the problem is, why it's not working. Okay. The second stage are the people that now you've helped them, you've given them that lead magnet, and it has helped them to a point where they are now ready to move. They are ready to begin. They are not ready to blame anymore. They see that, okay, I was blaming, and now I understand that I should carry the people along. Okay, but I need the solution on how to get it done. Can you help me? Okay. So those are the beginners. And then you take your beginners to a point where you currently are now. Okay. And that's the catalyst. the people that they're good, they have the system. You've given them your system.
Okay.
Mhm. And now they may still need your support. They may still, be hanging out with you for as long as they want to, but they're good. Okay, because they know the formula that you teach, and they've used it. They know how to get the results, but sometimes they may still need help going on implementation, okay, or accountability. And then the last stage now are the ones ahead of that. Okay, those are the next Oprah, that they're actually, they're everywhere helping the world, and doing all sorts of, and they have energy for it, and space, and the house is maintained, everything is, is good. Okay. Does that make sense?
I think so. It's getting there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, say it back to me.
So drifters are just the people not ready to take action yet. Okay. Beginners are ready to begin and are working with me. Mm-hmm. And
I'm sure how.
I've already helped and shown them the systems. They have the systems and maybe just need some more support. And exactly. Then the next Oprah, they're ready to stand with others who are struggling.
Exactly. Now, the programs that you have, you would notice, can you fit your programs into this, where who needs what?
Yes. So the catalyst would be the simplify, or I'm trying to remember.
So who are you going to sell it to? Who are you going to sell what programs to?
The drifters would be they would need, see, this is why am I having trouble with this? Mm-hmm. So modify would be for those who I'm just supporting, and be more with the 6 weeks of just, did I lose you?
No, I'm here. Oh, okay. I was so frozen.
Okay. So my modify, which is the 6 weeks like struggle, that would be like starting maybe.
Okay, no. So give me an idea of, I wanted to confuse you, so it's okay if you're confused. Okay.
I am confused. I'm like, I don't know. Okay.
It's okay if you're confused. Okay. So what's going on right now is all of your programs, they're still going to be helping from beginners to catalysts. Now, the difference between each of those is maybe the tools that you're using and the time that you spend with them. Okay. And obviously their budgets. Okay. So it's more like, because when you explained it to me, you said these are the beginners, you just get a little bit of information, you help them for 6 weeks. And then after that, if they want more, 6 months, and something like that. Right. Okay. So all of your programs are going to be in between bringing the beginners to the catalyst. Okay. Now, at some point, it's also great to have a product, a mini program that maybe your mini program, that $90 something program, that one, maybe it's better when it's actually helping the drifters. Okay. Or somewhere in between, not necessarily the drifters, somewhere in between drifters and beginners. Okay. So you're helping them. So for example, that lead magnet that we were just talking about, it can be a program. It can be a
so that
quick,
$97
exactly,
quick mini package Kickstarter.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. So would you say then the lead magnet would be like a questionnaire to kind of lead them into the $97, like answer these questions?
Exactly. Actually, that's perfect. That's perfect. So everything that you are doing in your business must link together, right? Okay. You can see it from your community, from this drifters, beginners, catalyst, next Oprah. You can see where people are. And once it's like when you go to your doctor's office, many times they'll just say, do you feel the pain? Where do you, and I'm like, yeah, I feel it here, but what does that tell you? Okay, it tells them a lot because they know, they are the expert. Okay, this is exactly the same for you. When you meet someone and you just need to ask them one question, and you know whether they're a drifter or beginner. Okay, and these are the two that you really need. Okay, and then once also when you start to do your videos, you will meet some other people that are already good at what you're doing. They are this catalyst. You don't need to worry about them. Just move on. Okay, don't try to make them your clients. They are catalysts. Let them go.
Okay, that's making more sense now.
Yeah,
I think because I was focusing on the catalyst people.
Because it's their colleagues. They're good.
Yeah.
Let them go.
Okay. All right. So so for example, like I'm working on a post for today. I'm just talking about like I'm using a sunset picture because the live thing didn't happen last week because while I was traveling with my family.
I know. You had dreams.
So anyway,
well, you did very well posting all those pictures. It was really good.
Yeah, I wanted to try to make sure that I was doing that. So I'm going to do one last, which didn't get done yesterday because it was chaos trying to leave. But so I'm thinking about I was thinking about catalyst people, I think, when I was doing it. Okay. But I kind of want to now change that because I'm talking about what the trip reminded me of, like the importance of connection and reminding me to love the things right in front of me, experience the here and now. Don't let fear stop you from grabbing what you want. And most importantly, having the freedom to move and experience is a privilege and a gift. Would I change that to
no, it's okay. It's okay. That's your experience. Let it go. Just post it. Okay. But you see the other thing. So this kind of post is you talking. It's not for your ideal clients. Okay. It's not for your drifter or your beginner. Okay. This is
where I struggled then at the end, and this was a struggle with ending videos as well. How to kind of like, so I have like, what have you been missing out on? What do you want more of? And if you're ready to learn how to let go and find more freedom in your life, comment below or send me a DM. Is that what you mean when you're saying?
Yeah. So what I would do with that is I would just try it, okay? Because in business, in live videos, in social media, you're just testing our stuff. So it's okay. It came to you, just use it, okay? And post it like that. But what I want you to do from now, as you're doing your videos is, and not even just your videos, as you're meeting people, and helping people, you're now that doctor that is helping them know what, they need to tell you where they feel the pain, and then you prescribe, you figure out what the challenge they're having is. Oh, this pain is coming from here. It's your liver, okay? And how do you know it's my liver? Because experience, I know, okay? And this is what helps you to know, because this is the symptom of a drifter. Okay. And this is the symptom of someone that they've tried and they're okay. Okay. And they're not blaming others. Or even if they're still blaming others, they're okay. They're open to you giving them the solution. And they're like, yeah, it's wrong to be blaming others. They accept that is wrong. So you now just communicate and say, every time this is the solution, from you, just make sure that every time you're doing your videos, you're helping people move forward. Okay. Drifter to beginner to catalyst. Anytime you get opportunity to speak to catalyst, you're saying, you guys rock, become the next Oprah. Okay. that's what you're doing, right? And for example, in my business, when I meet someone that they say, I don't have time for live videos. Okay. But I can record some videos and post it. Okay. So now if you listen to that, they don't have time for live video, which they will just do in 10 minutes and it's over. But they have time to go do 2 hours in front of the video and record, delete, record, make up, delete, and do it again for 2 hours. Okay. Which one is easier? Of course, the live video is easier but they are still hiding behind pre-recorded. So it means that they have this pain. They have something there that is holding them. So I now say, okay, I don't want you to do pre-recorded videos. I want you to do live videos. And they're like, no, it's because I don't have time. You know, but then I help them to see that it's not the time that you don't have. Okay, it's something else that is, you know, limiting. There's some limiting stuff there that we need to get rid of. And that's what Silver does, right?
Right.
You know, so that's the way I'd like you to look at it.
Okay. So for now, I should focus speaking to the drifters and the beginners and really focus on like moving drifters to beginners.
Exactly. And then calling beginners to get to come and get on board.
Right. So I want to, there's lots of thinking here. I want this, so this is going to be moved to my $97 offer. All right. So I have to figure out the questionnaire thing. So I'm thinking like this would just be the questions that I would ask in a discovery call that I used to ask for clients. Take some of the questions and make a questionnaire. I think I'm just a little stumped on like, if I make this questionnaire, I just send them a link to it. And then do I have to link it to something fancy, or I just send them the, like, this is what you are,
So-
you're still in the drifting stage, and let me help you figure this out with this $97 thing.
So what I would say is just get it done the most simple way you can. Okay, to start. Okay, because for me, I want you to be going live, and I want you to start using all of this, you know, tools fast, because you know, I mean, in your group right now, you have some people in there. Some of them may be ready and you don't know.
Right.
Okay. So I want you to start helping those people. And that's where, you know, in your group right now, do you have an idea of who those people are? If you can give me a few people that are drifters and people that are beginners and catalysts.
I feel like I have a lot of drifters right now.
Okay.
Like a lot of people who are just kind of like the serial Facebook group joiners that are looking for that quick fix. And I think if I were to go through, it's hard for me to tell because I don't get a lot of movement on my posts, like commenting and stuff. And the ones who comment, I know are drifters. Okay. They're still, you know, they like to tell me how I should be doing it.
Oh, how you should be doing.
Yeah, every once in a while, like they'll say like, well, this doesn't work, and maybe if you did it this way, it would be better for me. But it's more like they want an easy, quick fix is what they're looking for. And I'm like, and they're blaming you too.
And they're blaming you.
They're blaming me because it's not working for them. And
exactly. Yeah. Okay. So that's really good. Now that's very good, because what you will do is, as you're doing your videos, you have to ask questions. You have to, you know, like do you know, questions maybe in other groups that you go to, you know, that they talk about, you know, organizing. Maybe you should also find what are some questions that people have with regards to organizing. You know what? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tool, one of my tools, and see what can we look for. Okay. Your house is disorganized. Okay, and then let's say product description. Is your house disorganized? Are you frustrated? Are you frustrated? Your house is disorganized and your family want help. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can get anything from there. Okay. Okay. Let's see. One moment. Okay. So the thing is, I'm trying to look for questions that people are asking when they are drifters. People that are drifters, what question are they asking? Why
Well,
would
if
they
I go
come to
to
you?
my one group here,
Yeah.
where is it? It's such fun. I haven't been there for a little while. Let's declutter. Sometimes they'll ask questions. Sometimes. Okay, this is what happens when decluttering starts and COVID hits. I have no energy, but it's been 4 weeks and I need to tackle this today. Posting progress pics later. Not really questions.
No, wait, read that again.
This is what happens when decluttering starts, then COVID hits.
Okay.
I have no energy, but it's been 4 weeks and I need to tackle it today.
Okay.
Posting progress pictures. Those are usually the ones where I say things like when I've answered stuff like that, I usually say like, start really small, like pick one section, one area, one box, one drawer. Don't try not to look at the entire thing at once.
Okay. You know what? Why don't you share your screen with me, and let's look at that post right there. We're going to dissect it and try to get her question from there. Okay. She wrote that out, but she may not be the one that, okay, so where is it? This is what happens when decluttering starts and then COVID hits. I have, okay, so COVID is the problem. She's blaming COVID, right?
Yeah, so she started to do some purging and decluttering. And this is what happens to people if they start too big, right? They start too big, they try to do it all at once. And then they have this, and there's a point where they go, I don't even know what happened. Right? I can't do it anymore. So this is what's happened to her as she started, COVID hit, and then all of the emotional crap that comes along with COVID. Plus she had a mess, which makes everything worse. Feel worse, right? So that's what she's done. And now she wants to tackle the whole thing today. And this is very, very common. And then they don't do it. So they end up quitting because it's just way too hard. And then they end up blaming themselves, blaming COVID. Yeah.
Okay. So you see, right here is a video right there. Okay. And you just did that video for me just right now. Okay. And the problem is I have no energy. How do I get energy to do this, to finish this project that I started, this failure? Okay. And so the idea is you know, I have this, but it's been 4 weeks. You've been doing this for so long. You remember, you know, I even posted something like that. My studio here, I had some equipments that I bought, and I still left the boxes here. And I had, you know, and I wanted to, my green screen used to be there, but now I moved it over there. Let me see if I can show you, you know. So right there is the green screen. I had things everywhere, and I had it for months. I never did anything with it until last week when I was just like, you know what, today is the day. And I just moved around things, and I, you know, it wasn't like a big thing to do. It you know, like this. It was just, you know, a matter of putting things, filing things away. Like I said to you in your group, I was going to file some paper that was here. Okay. And I just had to file the paper. Actually, it was there. I brought it from the tabletop, the little coffee table, and I put it here that I'm going to do it. Okay. And I didn't do it, So it's right now, the question is, where do I get the energy? Can somebody please help me? I have no energy and it's been 4 weeks and I need to tackle it today. Okay. So I have this problem and I need the quick fix right now. Okay. Right. You see the drifter talking?
Yeah.
So now you come in and you see, the thing is, when you're doing your videos also, it's extremely, this classification of your audience, it's extremely important because it helps you to know what your hooks are going to be, how to say it in your live video so that you're not starting with the solution. Okay. You never start with the solution. You start with the promise, but you don't start with the solution. Okay. And so you start with so you've been trying to do this. In short, you've lost all your energy. Plus you're a parent, you have all these children, you still have to make meals and you have to do all these things. You now paint the picture so well, so bad, let them feel the pain again. Okay. Then you now get into the solution. I'm going to show you 3 things that you're going to do. And the first thing is, number 1, you've started this, you started too much. Mm-hmm. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to break it down into little pieces. Okay. Today, if all we're able to do is just the dining area, we're going to settle the dining area and don't even feel bad about the other place. Okay. So you start bringing your own tools, right?
Right.
Into the picture. Right. Yeah. So this is, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it was just funny because I was thinking about that today or yesterday I unpacked my suitcase in a matter of 5 minutes and I did it because I had everything organized, right? But I was thinking back to when I was not that kind of unpacker. I would like leave stuff in my suitcase when I came back for like weeks on end.
Yeah.
Live out of my suitcase because
that's another video.
Yeah, right there. So I was thinking,
right there.
that would probably be a good one of like, yeah, I remember, you come home from a vacation and you're like, I don't want to put it away because I don't know where anything can go and there's a mess and I don't want to add to it. And now I have no energy to do it. And 3 weeks have gone by, I'm still living out of my suitcase.
Yeah. And that's a video. And you're going to begin to see all this little problems that people have. It's always going to lead back to energy. Okay, the same way where I say, just go live. Okay, you're losing energy, you don't have energy. See, it always leads back to, you have all these things and then your energy is gone, your relationships are in, chaos again and all that,
right.
So it's another video. So, but specifically this time, you say, when I traveled, I came back and I unpacked in 5 minutes. Why? Because I have a system. If you need the system, I can give it to you. Okay. And I'll be very glad to help you or join my group and hear more, something like that. Okay. And so now that don't forget that thought before we go away from it, what I want to mention there is, you see that you're organizing to travel right there. That's another lead magnet or another tool.
Organizing to travel. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that too, because I kept saying to my husband before we left, I'm like, I am going to pack like I am an organizer this time.
Yeah.
And I did. And it was like a lot of thought in it. And I planned out my outfits and I did all of that stuff. So yes.
I'm telling you, people need that. You see, when I was, before 2020, my family and we used to go back to Nigeria for half the year and then we're back here half the year. Yeah. Four of us, 2 children, 2 adults. Yeah. And I have to pack up, pack up everything that is necessary. Okay. And there was no way I could do it if I'm not, going to organize every single detail. As soon as it's getting closer to like when we're going, I already brought out my Excel sheet and each person's name is on each sheet and I know what they need. And in my head, I create another document for my kitchen, what is going with us for health, like pills and all these things all sorts of things. I just organize. when it's closer to the time to leave, each suitcase has a name in a sheet. Okay. And this person's suitcase, what's going to go inside, So because if I don't do that, my head is going to just be all over, right? And then I'm going to get to Nigeria and I would not find some things that I need, right? So.
Or you overpack, you pack way too much stuff and then you don't use half of it because you just threw it in there because you're in a hurry, right?
Just in case we may need it.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. So you need to create a system for people as the experts. What you're bringing to the table is solutions, okay? And don't just give them as ideas, okay? The different thing that I want you to take away from my work with you, okay, is don't just blob out your ideas as advice. Bring it out as a signature program, a signature system. And this is actually part of my system. I give you this one. It's actually like today, I'm not sure if you got, the whole of my training today. And I said, part of my clothing method is we do this with my clients. Part of my work with my client, I do this with you. I give you this. I give you this. Okay, you're giving them breadcrumbs, okay, to say, oh, really? You have that too? I want that, right? So yeah, that's what you want to do. Okay, so back to what you were going to say.
What was I going to say?
Huh.
Basically, I've just been thinking about like the things like that I learned from this trip, like the packing thing and the organizing when you're traveling with adult children versus young children, and when we stayed in a house instead of a hotel, and how do you do that? What's the difference between that, and how do you keep it like go crazy? My husband learned this time, and he actually cleaned the house because he could see that I was like ready to like harm people. This place is a mess. And when I say that, he's like, yeah, I was just gonna, and he starts to
before the vacation goes upside down.
That's right. We already had some upside down moments because my husband actually forgot to renew his driver's license. And then when we got there to rent the car, they wouldn't change it into my name. And we don't know if we've lost the money or not with this company. So that's how we started when we landed. And that's what traveling with family.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow, that's a big one. That's a big one. Yeah.
It was a big one. When I said this place is a mess, he got the hint right away.
Yeah. So now from that example, okay, if you're going to do a video, okay, from the travel example, packing for travel, okay, and always don't start with it. Don't make the title the solution. Start with the problem. Okay, always start with the problem. Don't start with the solution.
Okay, so the title should be something like living out of my suitcase for 3 weeks after I get home.
Something like that. Yeah. Have you ever been, so it's start with the problem, okay? Because if you start with the solution, people will say, yeah, I knew that before. I know that. Okay, you should actually add this to it, okay? But really, if you ask them, are you like me that you used to, like I used to be, So you start with that. But then the reason why when you're sharing the solution, you say, you create it as a major 3 steps. I always say, don't share more than 3 steps in your live videos, okay? Not more than 3 steps. And when you're doing the live video and you're telling them what to do, you can't fit all of the things that you just told me now. Yeah. There's no way you can fit it into 3 steps.
Right.
Because now you mentioned, you were saying these are the things, organize and blah, blah. But then you now said it's different from little children and toddlers, and, it's very different, right? Okay, so that is now, if you need more, this is what we do when I'm working with my clients, okay? I have a system that I can share with you. And if you're interested in that, just comment something put something in the comments, and I'll be very glad to share that with you, okay? And If somebody asks for it, you don't have to create it until somebody asks for it. When somebody asks for it, you just put some questions, okay? Or just write some things and you tell them, you know, if you're as a mom of toddler, as a mom of this, and just write a few things like that. A few notes, okay? Sometimes I would, you know, you could use show notes, you know, like the notes for the, like you are preparing, you can share it with them. That's fine, but I don't want to complicate things for you. I just want you to just give them, again, what we're trying to do now is we're trying to get them to see you as the expert and the one that has the solution, that has the systems that will work, okay? And yeah, so every time you're doing your videos, do it with that in mind. Is there a system that I can share with them? Is there a solution that I have?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and then I think that's probably my struggles because it's easy for me, right? Like I can.
Yeah.
Every year it's easier for me to do it because I
exactly
changed my mindset around it.
Yeah. But what you're going to do, and it's the same for me as well, you know, because I've done my live videos and I've done it for years. And now that I'm having to explain it to people and to show them how I do it, I'm having to create systems so that it would be easy for the other person to do it, the person that is not inside my brain. Right. So, and the way it works is you're thinking, this, just do it. Like you just do it, you know, you just do it, but nobody is going to pay you for just do it. Okay. Right. Yes. You have to give them a system that will help them to do it. Okay. And questions and systems. And, you know, like, for example, let's see how we can create a system from your packing, you know, to travel. Okay. So you said, what are some things that you're going to,
for getting ready to travel? Well, lists, really important to list out what it is. Your everyday necessities, having a list of those. Plan out your outfits. And I heard this really great tip: never pack anything you are only going to wear once. You want to be able to wear it more than once. And of course, you know, knowing, are you traveling by car or by air, you're going to have to really think through your toiletries and liquids. What can you take? What can't you take? Oh, and there's one that I learned. Actually, there was a couple ahead of us when we were leaving LAX, when we were in line with WestJet to check our bag. There was a couple in front of us from the States. They were going to Toronto, and they didn't research anything.
Oh my God.
They didn't know they were supposed to wear masks on WestJet, that they had to. They didn't know about the ArriveCan. That caused them all sorts of stress because they couldn't book in. So research where you're going. And especially now during COVID, really important to make sure you know the rules before you get to the airport. Know what time you need to be there. Like that, that saved me and my family untold amounts of stress, right? Because I had done all of that previously. And knowing that, it went so smoothly. And if you can do it online, do it online.
Okay, so
those are there's the things that I learned.
There's so much right there. There's so much that you can give people. And for example, that research alone, okay, that research, you can have a form, okay, that you give people and say, what is this? What outfits are you gonna, what's the event, okay, that you're traveling for? Is it vacation or it's an event? If it's an event, what are the 3 key pieces of outfit that you need to wear, you know, something like that. So you just say this, okay, you live in the blank, like nothing. You just put lines there for people to to fill in, okay? And then the next thing is you say the list of their necessities, okay? Means of travel, okay? You put it, you just ask them questions, exactly the same thing you've written here, but you turn it into a form and leave blank spaces for people to fill in. That already is a system. That's my travel plan, whatever. Okay. Travel plan organizer. Okay. You know, so right there, and you say, I'm ready. I'm going to give it to you, you know, just comment this in the thing. I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So that right there is a major one. In short, you should do it now because summer is coming and everybody's traveling, right? So
with that, so for the video piece though, I would just pull out like a couple of things to talk about.
okay,
right?
no. So what you for the video piece out of this, what you're going to do is you're going to start with you leave out of the box, right? That's the problem. They leave out of the box, right? They're leaving after out of their suitcase.
Okay.
Yeah, for 3 weeks. Okay. After they've traveled. Okay. And then you say, yeah, that's not good. And everywhere, in short, you get in fights with your spouse and you're looking for stuff and you never find them, blah, blah, blah. Then you say, I have a system for you. And today I'm going to give you tips on how to plan so that when you come back, you actually then you tell your story. I traveled the last time and I actually came back, and in 3 minutes, I'd already put everything away, right? Then you now say there are 3 things that you're going to do. Okay. You need to organize what your outfits. You need to organize, and then you say something about it. Okay. You say, if you're traveling with, children, if you're traveling with this, if you're traveling with that, you need outfits for everybody, blah, 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 blah. So you want to make sure that you don't have a blouse that doesn't have a skirt and different things like that. So organize. And then that's where you say things like never wear more than once, anything that you can't wear, so you say, I heard this and it actually is a major piece. Do not do it. Okay. Anything it's just going to be a clutter in your trip. Okay. So you say that, then you say the next thing is, let's see, what else is there? List of necessities. Okay. Maybe we can leave that as part of it. And then the other thing is, okay, maybe the next thing is your means of travel. Okay. Of transportation. That would determine a lot of, how you're going to plan. In short, you may even start with that one. Okay, and say, there are some things that you can take, and there are some things you cannot take. Okay, so you have to make sure that your transportation mode is what's going to determine how you plan. So start with that. Make sure that everything is blah, 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 so you say whatever it is. Then the third example now would be, this is the biggest of them. This is the biggest of them, especially for those of you that are traveling internationally. You need to research the countries that you're going into, know what the rules are. Then you share an example, okay, of there was a couple behind me and blah, 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 this same experience that you just told me. Then you say, who wants to be, I don't even want to be them at all, so you say it like that. And then you say, but these are the 3 things that I say to you today. Make sure you plan based on your means of transportation. Make sure you have your outfits prepared. Make sure you have your necessities, whatever. And then you now say, but I have a tool that I have created for my, travel. And this is my smart planner, whatever. What did I just call it? Whatever you want to call it. Your something travel organizer. Okay.
Organizer companion, I don't know.
Exactly, something like that. Yeah. So you just say, and the name can change, start with something and then it can always change, but always try to give it a name. Okay, because that's what differentiates you from their neighbor, next door neighbor, or their auntie that likes to organize, and the expert. You are the expert. Okay, so you give them a title of the tool, and the tool is just your forms. It's okay. But it would help them, because when they travel, what you tell them is, when you're ready to travel, just print it out and just follow take your suitcase out and follow the steps. It just gives you step by step what you're going to do. Okay, so you see, it's a tool right there that you've given them, right? When I was, I told you how I travel, back and forth. Some of my friends would say, okay, I'm traveling, what do I do? I just share my Excel with them, right? And I say, this is the one I used when my children were still very little, so this would help you, okay? So this kind of tools, that's what differentiates you as the expert, okay?
Okay. All right, I'm going to work on it for tomorrow. I'll just do a quick
Awesome. Awesome.
Get it
Awesome.
done in the morning.
Get it done. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. And next week, what we're going to do is we're going to, now that, okay, so now let's just do a little bit of intro into next week. Next week, what I want to do is I want you to come up with we're going to work on your golden message. And that's your statement that anywhere you go, your elevator speech. I help so people to do so or get so results so that they can so without so. Okay, so so next week we're going to work on that, and it's a segue from where we are today, because now we know clearly who your drifters are, who the beginners are, and the catalyst.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
I will get on.
Don't worry, I'm here with you. and what we need to do, don't let it stress you in any way. Just do as much and make mistakes. It's okay. Okay. Keep making mistakes. It's okay. It's you keep getting better as you're practicing and as you're moving forward. Okay.
All right. This is good though. This is I'm feeling much clearer on the stuff that I can, how to break it down. So rather that's kind of like what I tell people. It's like, instead of looking at the big picture, which is what I'm doing, I need to break it down into small pieces. And I do like the idea of the suitcase and the saying like, are you like me? Do you live out of your suitcase? Blah, blah, blah. Like now I unpacked in 5 minutes because I have a system. Let me know if you want it. Also, I just want to give you 3 tips on how to travel. So less stress.
Exactly. Travel with less stress and come back and move in, just breathe into your life as if never happened, just say it like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
So
breathe into your life. I'm writing that down.
Awesome.
After a nap, maybe.
I know you need a nap for sure. And the time difference, eh?
It's only an hour.
Oh, it was just an hour for you.
Yeah, we lost an hour. Or no, we gained an hour.
You gained an hour and then you lost it back. Yeah.
So it's just, I just got way too much sun. So I'm really tired because we were.
I know.
So we were walking every day. Like we probably did an entire marathon in 3 days. Like it was just like, I'm so tired. And then I picked up my dog today and he's like, I need you to sit on the couch because he needs
he doesn't know that you traveled. See, mommy's back. You're back. Just get back.
So I probably will do that, and then I'm gonna kind of write down some more notes a little more clear, and then I will work on doing a quick video tomorrow, just impromptu. So
awesome. Yeah. So you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Now, one other thing that I would like to say is whenever you're in my group and you hear like this live video that I did today, and I'm talking about something, you please share your testimony, share your experience of the program.
Sure.
I said something. Yes,
I was going to do it, but I need to make a coffee.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I will add some stuff there for sure.
Yes. And what I do, and you will see me doing that in your post also, because once you comment, it helps other people to see it. Okay. And even when somebody just does a little heart, comment with something else, so that it keeps pushing it up in the algorithm. Okay.
For sure.
Very good.
I will add something there. Thank
Awesome.
you.
You're very welcome. Have a beautiful day.
Have a great long weekend.
Oh, yes, that's true. Yes. It is a long weekend. All right. So we see you on Tuesday this time around, right? And we're back now for Tuesdays. Awesome. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.